Where is Twitch on my phone? There it is. We got the all-important chat up. Let me adjust the camera a bit. A little bit more. Pause the incoming stream. Hello, people. What is going on? Okay. Whoops, I'm in the wrong editor. Why is OBS doing this yellow rectangle around my screen? I don't know. Okay, wait, is that appearing? No, there's no button down there. Okay. So these buttons are working. Portfolio button. Let's try enabling portfolio button. Dude, my freaking hotel room table has this glass cover and my mouse doesn't track on it. So I'm using this like giant box up here. Oh, it's such a garbage. Okay, we don't have either of these freaking buttons. Why? Why? Am I like not setting these for some reason? I changed around today the way all this stuff works. Oh, they are 0. Why? Because I don't set them. I forgot to set them. Oh. I was just smoking crack. So like I said in the comment, this was very grindy, and a couple hours ago I was at a coffee shop trying to continue to grind it out. And all right, so now I can go to these different modes, but once I go to them, I can't get back. All right. That's fine. Okay, let's get the Mario button working. Is it time to kill chaos? It might be. It might be. Okay. So, okay, we do the draw Luigi job even when it's a Mario job. So, why are we not getting a finish button? That's weird. Let's even see. Let's see where we're going there, because I would have thought that we were in like draw nav panel. Whoops. We don't want to compile. So when I go here, are we doing Luigi job? No. We're not even in draw nav panel. Oh. Oh, because, okay, let's refresh our memory of what happens in the actual game. As you know, when you played this hit game on Steam, hopefully you guys can see. Can you see this right now? Let me go on my Twitch. I'm waiting for it to update. That's how much lag there is. Oh, you can. Okay, great. Yeah, so when we go here to find a patron, it's not in that mode now, right? It's in this mode. And it says go do some paintings, right? So this part doesn't work. Or it's commented out. I mean, the way I did this is I copied over a bunch of C++ code and then commented out the stuff. So whatever function does this is commented out, including the one that draws this button, right? So all right. Okay. I kind of at some point, I don't actually want to work on the game right now. I'm just doing the port, but at some point, this whole color situation has to get replaced with something that's more fun, right? Okay. So this reminds me. So whoops. So this says go home. That's what we're looking for. And that is, there's a bunch of go home buttons. All right. Let's just go. Let's go make this one work. Dude, we should uncomment all the deep lore. No, wait, that was Luigi, by the way, not Mario. Dang it, which means they're wrong. I got them wrong over here. Oh no, I didn't. I got them right. Okay, never mind. I just got them wrong when I was saying. Okay. So let's just try doing this whole damn function. Where does this get called from? This gets called from there. Okay, we already did that. There we go. So we're going to comment that, and then we'll do speed painter. All right, so okay. Why are we drawing? This stuff. Let's worry about this in a minute because I want to factor this out. I think. Okay. Draw a portrait we're not even going to have, and like, ugh. So all these original numbers were in 720p. So this is like, I don't know what the fuck Luigi width and Luigi height are. We'll figure that out. Okay. And we'll figure out the button when the time comes. Okay, if Luigi is judging a painting, then we judge it pay you we credit you for doing a job. I don't remember what the points are. Why did I make it 1280.0? Because otherwise it's an integer divide. And you'll get 0, just like in C. When I come to all these hard-coded sizes, I'm not sure how much to just burn it down and redo it and how much to just like translate. All right. I'm going to skip ahead for a second and then come back. JS, it's JavaScript. Ugh. We won't worry about the formatting yet, but we can clean it up later. Draw a story. It's going to be all kinds of functions we're calling that are not defined yet. What if the immediate mode UI library could take any screen size agnostic unit? No, you don't actually want that. I actually have written UI systems that way in the past where, for example, you use floats from 0 to 1 where 1.0 is the width of the screen or whatever. And that ends up being bad because sometimes you really do want to know about individual pixels. So it's just better to use individual pixels everywhere. But then, make it easy to do that and not fiddly. So that's the approach that I've taken this time. How is the judging programmed? Well, maybe we'll get to that tonight. This is weird. Because, okay, so we put up 2 buttons when you do a painting. But I don't understand. Like, I would be thinking, like, this would be about centering the buttons. But here, this is the middle of the screen. This is minus the width of one button. Pad is the distance between the buttons. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is different. There's always 2 buttons in this case because we're judging the painting. That's what's going on. It's if we're not judging the painting, what we just played was one of these other cases somewhere. I don't know. It was just this down here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're gonna be incremental. I've been tagging things incomplete port. We're just gonna do this, and actually, we'll do this, because that's the part that we need right now, which is this part right here. So if we can't access him, we do this. We call draw story, which doesn't frickin' exist yet. We'll start with a lame-o butt thing. All right, let's see. How are we going to do these buttons? We're going to say where was it? Down here. So I'm going to say we're just going to take one of these buttons. We'll clean this up in a minute, but for now I'm just going to take this rect, which is the right size. I'm going to say r.x equals window width minus r.w times 0.5, so that centers the button in x. R.y equals bottom y, and we'll go back up here, and what the hell is bottom y? Is that even, where does that come from? I don't know. Okay, let's figure this out. So we're going to do get rect.button for r. Oh, we need the frickin' button theme. Let's just say like home button theme. That's just going to be one that we can use that we're going to define in a bit. And let's go home. All right. And then if we pressed that, we are painting. All right. Otherwise, we do similar. Let's do the rect up here. So do OK. If we press that OK button, then we have succeeded. And then he'll give you a job. Okay. So we need this variable to get set. Okay, so okay, great. This was all this function that's all still commented out because it's doing a bunch of D3D stuff from back in the day. And down here we will say Well, let's just do this. And we're just going to say let's actually make that a separate thing. Let's go like I'm going to put it, I don't know. I guess I have to update the font on every resize. We'll just do it every time, because why not? We'll make that less gimpy later. What? Now we get it to work. Whoops. Wrong Emacs. Okay. Draw portrait. Oh, we're going to need draw a story in a minute anyway, so let's... Okay, so draw portrait. I'm actually not going to do the texture catalog stuff in this port, I don't think, right now, so we're going to pass the map. And we're going to get rect. And then do that. All right, so probably don't need to flush there. Okay. So now we're going to do that. And we're going to go get rect that. Okay, so now I'm just going to have a bunch of bitmaps. We already have some of these for other characters in the game. I don't know. So a lot of characters in this game. Mario Paint kind of game? Why are you saying this is Mario Paint? What are you even talking about? All right. Oh my god, dude. The bitmaps, they're like power of 2 from back in the old days. Oh my goodness. I think we're going to be editing all these bitmaps. This is heinous, dude. We're also going to want to not save them as BMP. Do I already have the regions for the actual images? Yeah, they're in there somewhere. No. It's hard coded into the game, and it's just that's just a very fiddly, weird thing. So the reason this is all this way was because some GPUs didn't support non-power of 2 textures back in the day. So like, what could you do, right? Um, yeah. And the freaking DDSs are upside down. Wow. Okay. So we're definitely not doing the whole game tonight. I mean, we weren't going to make it anyway. It was like when I started this out this morning, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a quick project. But like, just things like this aren't, you know, so that's fine. I forget how long. I think I worked on this game for 6 weeks originally. So, you know, if it takes 4 or 5 days to port it, that's not that bad. Um, yeah. So the reason some of them are flipped, it's just the way I did my coordinate systems, probably. Like you'll notice the DDSs are upside down and the BMPs are right side up. So like there was just a lot of bullshit back in the day, guys. So I'm saying. Anyway, so we're just going to load all these frickin' bitmaps at startup for now. Although I think I already have. I swear. I swear I saw something that loads the bitmaps for these characters. Yes. Oh, that's a different data structure. It's this. Okay, so that doesn't include the bitmaps. All right, let me get some water and we'll continue. Okay, so I'm just going to do a really stupid thing, and we're just going to go from there. And let me get all the critics' names. I want the variable to be the same. And this is just a really stupid way to do it. And then later we'll do something less stupid. So we're going to say map Luigi texture load from file. Okay. So for now, we're just going to do Luigi and Mario because that's all we care about. File scoped. Let's actually put this in the other file. For images. It's weird because it's called sprite internally, which is why I'm confused. Luigi width, Luigi height. Okay, this is not. Are these? So even these are hosed, and we're going to have to crop them. But let's actually go ahead and do that. Wait, don't I have Affinity Photo installed on this machine, or do I have Photoshop? I have Photoshop. It must be my desktop machine. Boy, Photoshop. So fast. Yeah! All right. Okay. This is very professional, what I'm seeing right here. Okay. Great. Wow. Dude, these are the old days when images were very low res. Like, this was my idea of a good image to put in a video game. Oh, dude, Photoshop sucks. Look at how horrible this is going to look. Fucking... Dude! Select where the dot is. Thank you. All right. So we're just going to save that back. I don't remember what I... Let's see if I actually put the shoulders and stuff in there. Let's put an unlock on there. I need to provide administrator. Okay, so... Oh, that's alpha. It's alpha. That's what's going on. It's because Mario's alpha. Okay. Luigi, he's also alpha. All right. This all makes sense now. Wait, though. Oh, Oh. Wait. So I don't even actually know. All right. I cropped it. I cropped it too much because I didn't take into account all the channels. Right? How do I just edit the fucking selection? Can I do this yet? Can I just drag the top of the selection like you would want to in any actual program? Fucking... I'm going to sit here for half an hour trying to figure out. You know, I guess it doesn't matter how I crop it then, is what we're saying very much. Because it's fine, as long as he's not way too off center. All right. Cool. Great. I don't want to stretch that part of the image. Okay. Shut up! God, how does this program suck so bad? It like literally lags around, and then I let go of the button while it's lagging, and it's like, no pixels are selected. And I'm like, I know, because I can't even control my cursor. Is that my fault? All right, so we have Mario and Luigi back. Okay. So we load these guys at startup. Now, I don't even know. I don't even know on what basis to pick this. Let's just say I'm going to make some function that's like um, like we want this picture to be about this much of the screen. Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. So whatever the aspect ratio of map Luigi is times, I don't know, a quarter of the screen height. It's going to be really weird to figure out the size. All right, so scaled is right now we're going to return the height unmodified, so that's a little weird, but we're going to go texture cast float map dot height. So we start out with the height. We want to multiply by the aspect ratio of width divided by height, right? So, right, aspect is map.width divided by denom. Width is height times aspect. Return width height. Okay. So we're going to try that. Rect finish, we don't know what that is. File scoped. Bottom Y. We never figured out bottom Y. Did we really not? Oh, it's just set there. All right. Bottom Y is h divided by 6, about. Draw story. Okay, draw story. We have several overloads. And apparently, I put one over there anyway. Okay, so there must be an overload somewhere else. No. Oh, is there a header that gives these default values? Where are these coming from? Yeah, they must have default values that are not showing up here because they're in a header that Visual Studio is not searching. Okay, so that means we just do this. Oops, not here. Other editor. Just going to delete that one because it's back here. And we're going to temporarily not call anything else. Like, why do I have Y offset first? I guess that's because it's what I wanted the most. So we're just going to cap it right there. Okay, after all that, okay, we have sort of a picture here. I guess it didn't load for some reason. Oh, you know what? We don't call init bitmaps. That's what's going on. And our go home button is way in the wrong place. But apart from that, everything's perfect. It's actually, so in GetRect, we don't animate the thing if you don't draw it every frame, and that's why these are flashing still when we go back and forth. That's not good. I think we're going to want to change that. Okay, though. We're getting there. See, this is the things that you don't notice till you try to use your API for real, which is one of the reasons why doing an exercise like this is good, right? It's like, oh, this is annoying. I can't, yeah, all right. So, I don't think I call init bitmaps ever. Hey, we got Mario. He's way too small, but that's okay. I'll take it. And then why is the button wrong? Times 0.5. Go home. He's telling me to go home. I think we want Mario to be even bigger. No, it's Luigi, not Mario. Gosh. Why do I keep saying Mario? What is my problem? Everybody knows the difference between Mario and Luigi. That's pretty good. Honestly, this button could be down lower. Okay. Okay. That's fine for now. No, it's not. Okay, pretty good. Now we got to make the draw story function put some text. All right. And here's what we're going to do. We're not going to try to directly translate it exactly. Because it's doing a bunch of stuff manually that we could just fucking do right now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something really dumb, and then we're going to make it better. We're going to say lines is split story by new line. All right. 4 lines do something. Why are we using X margin? What's pause for? Why are we using pause and X margin? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, anyway. Why are we setting multiple new lines? What does that mean? Oh, we make it not as much. Oh, fancy. Why do people keep asking about the Wiimote? There was never any Wiimote with this game, guys. I don't know what you are on. I'm approximating these colors. 6 out of 16 is 0.4. All right. Okay. So why is it even getting width here? Like what? Oh, I think that's... No? I don't know. This was just totally wasted. I think draw text does that. All right. So I don't know why cleanup. Why X margin? It makes no sense. Okay, width max is W minus 2 times X margin. Okay. So we'll do our 4 lines down here. Okay, so we're going to do some stuff here. Like we're doing some word wrap here, and this is interesting because there's always this question of what order to do things in, and I was going to do a text thing for GetRec today maybe that would do this anyway, but we don't have that yet, etc. Okay. So let's just do this. Oh, see, let's go. Because I want to escape this because this I is scoped locally to this. We want to say what's the last character we did, so we get the width. Let's see if we have the character width in pixels in simp. Get glyph width in pixels. Get character width in pixels, yes. So we have simp dot get character width in pixels from the font. UTF-8 character, which makes sense. Okay. For now, okay, so okay. So index is whatever was left over. Oh, let's say line. See, I'm just rewriting all this to like work a little bit differently. Do we have is space? Maybe. Is it minus what? No, it's not minus 1. I don't know. We'll think about it more in the morning. We've hit midnight again. Oh. Hold on, though. If I look at the C version, we copy T to, oh, you know what? Right. And then we copy it back at the end. That's the trick that I've been missing. Okay, so what I'm doing here has to be in a loop anyway. You know what? I already do this. So one reason why it might have been better to do this code in the opposite way is like, I think I already word wrap in Sokoban in the console. Maybe that's not. Let's check really fast. Because if we do, we can just sneak that out. But then, like, I would have taken, okay, yeah. Nope, I don't see any character width. Although what we do in the actual widget for GetRect is going to be a little different because we want it to support multi-font text and all these things. Yeah, I don't really see. I don't really see anything in there that's going to do it. Yeah, you guys can play this actual game that I'm working on if you follow that link in the chat. And it's actually a playable game. So there's that. It's nice wrench. It is not nice wrench. Nice wrench was never quite a playable game. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's do this. I sort of have two options. Let's just do it this way. So we're going to say start is 0, end is trim.count, while start is less than end. And like, you know, we may make some mistakes here. So we get the character width. Once we exceed the max width, we break, right? So we just keep adding widths of characters. That's fine. This is actually a slow way to do it, but it's fine. All right, so So if we stopped before the end, do we have is space? I think it's in. Yes. Okay. While index is greater than start, okay. Then we go back. If index is equal to start, then that's like if you had a whole long word and the whole thing doesn't fit on the line, you just kind of have to do it anyway. All right. So we're going to comment out the multiple new lines at first. We'll come back to that. And then oh, whoops. Okay, so this is going to be index minus start. And then I'm going to go, why are we allocating here? We don't want to allocate here. Yeah, we just do this. We don't have to free it. And then trimmed dot data plus start. Oh, we actually want this to be a string. So we're going to say substring sub.data equals sub.count is len. All right, and copy temporary string. Okay. We're not going to zero terminate that. What is this K? I don't know. We're going to not even draw the text yet. We're going to make sure we just don't infinite loop. All right. And then we're going to say start equals index. And then we're looping, and we do that for each line. Okay. And then sure, we made lots of mistakes there. Total width. We don't even know what that is. Oops. What was it? It was 0. Oh, yeah. Well, it's the total width, guys. care width. Width max. Hey, look, we're infinite looping, just like I thought. Okay, yeah, so index never gets to be end. It only goes to n minus 1. This is one of these confusing things where, like, is this supposed to be the last valid character or like one pass, right? And I think we want it to be one passed because index being equal to start means empty string, right? So instead of index equals I here, we're going to say index equals I plus 1 here. So it's 0 if we break. If we go through the 0th character and accept it, it becomes 1 and so forth. I don't think that's going to totally fix the problem. Okay, well now we probably asserted that the string wasn't banana cakes. Let's see. Okay. Count. Minus 20. Why did we say minus 20? Because we said len is minus 20. Index. Start. Oh, because, okay. So when it's empty, so we always want to start it at start. It's only good for 0 at the beginning. Okay. All right. So now we are still trashing. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so 20 to 89. Okay. Whoa, what? What? Oh, we're not resetting it. Bro. Bro. Okay, we're not infinite looping now. We're also not drawing any text, but that's because we're not drawing any text, right? Why are we not drawing any text? Because it's commented out right here. And I'm doing this weird foreground situation. And let's just keep this multiple new lines, but it'll just be false initially. Okay. So I don't remember what the arguments to draw text are. Font XY. Okay. Wow. This font is way too big. But at least we know that it works. Except it's a little bit off because it thinks we have a little bit more space than we do on the side. Do I only reset the temporary allocator once per frame, or do I bother clearing it sooner sometimes? I do clear it sooner sometimes, but not that often. Like there was a thing a while ago where someone on the team went nuts and put temporary allocator pushes and pops all over the place, and it fucking sucked, and I hated it, and I've been deleting them all the time. That said, once it becomes one line of code, because you can have a macro, which we didn't used to have, but we can have now, that just says push and pop the temporary allocator, and maybe that's a little bit better. I just didn't like it. I didn't like how much it was adding to the code. Oh, Casey's here. Well, also this font is bad, but such is my life. All right, so story font is way too big. Wait, what is it called? Big font. Big font is too big. Big font needs to be smaller. Okay, so now we got to chill out on the margin here. So when we draw the text, that, I don't know why that's so huge. Why didn't that change it? This can be updated version of the painting game. I decided to just port it. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, fuck it, right? Because I've sort of been wanting, I don't know. I wanted some kind of real program besides the Sokoban game that like uses the widget set and stuff. And this at least uses buttons. So that's one reason. But I was also like, look, I just want some more examples that people could just like copy and make their own game. And this one, I mean, it does have like render to texture stuff going on, but apart from that, it's pretty simple, right? It's like you click on some stuff, it's 2D. Like there's just a lot about it that's very understandable and tractable. So yeah, I just woke up today and said, "Fuck it." I was gonna port one of my old things, and I was gonna do this other prototype that's on that page called Raspberry, which probably, in retrospect, would have been the better choice. But I was worried because it has copyrighted music in it, and now that'll get you thrown in COVID-19 jail. Um, and then also, like my repository for that, like after that prototype, I built it out into a much bigger game with a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't want to port all that stuff. And then I misremembered this game as being smaller than it is. But it ain't that small. And that's why it's been kind of a grind to port it. So, like, all these files have to some degree or another been ported. And this is going to be an ongoing project that I pick up once in a while is what it comes down to. But I also, in addition to just being a nice test of the language and a nice example to give out with the compiler, it's like I'm preserving this program, right? Because I'm sure we did the Visual Studio auto upgrade on the project, but I guarantee there's no way that I actually hit compile and that this compiles, right? Yeah, no, like I don't. Okay, SDK, like we could try that, but like the fact that it doesn't even, like, why is Microsoft destroying everybody's ability to build software? Like, what is even happening? Now, I guarantee you this isn't the only problem. There's going to be lots of other problems, right? Okay, the VSN printf one, that's because this didn't used to come in the libc with Visual Studio, and now it does. So I have to like delete mine and replace it. But there's going to be other problems. It's like that's even only a, oh, no, there we go, yeah. Well, let's, there's overloads for abs that didn't exist. Anyway, after some amount of doing this, I'll eventually end up with I'll end up with a program that compiles. Will it run or not? I don't know, right? So, yeah, the point being, I'm abandoning ship from C++, right? And so, like, why would I keep my old programs in C++, especially if I want to bust them out and tinker around with them once in a while when I'm on vacation, right? So this was a step in that. And ideally, in my mind, I could have got pretty close to done in one day, and that didn't happen. But we got a lot of the grunt work out of the way. Like now, it's like every function that we uncomment and port puts stuff on the screen, which is good. It's just we didn't get to the part, like there's supposed to be an actual canvas in the background that you can paint on here, and we didn't get to that part. And there's supposed to be like all your brushes and stuff over here, which we didn't get to. But like that's at least rapid progress, right? Or will be rapid progress. Looks pretty clean, could have been worse. Yeah, oh, believe me, it's been much worse in the past. I've had bad times with auto project upgrades. Don't lump in Microsoft Research with Microsoft. Okay, I have to stop you right there. Yes, you do lump in Microsoft Research with Microsoft, all right? And why? The same reason, on the internet when people were complaining about BuzzFeed back when they were in business, and other people would be like, don't include BuzzFeed News in BuzzFeed because BuzzFeed News is an amazing research organization or whatever. And it's like, no, listen. They are naming them the same thing on purpose, okay? So that they can get whatever credibility or name recognition from one entity and apply it to the other entity. They're doing that on purpose, okay? So you don't get to gaslight people and say, don't do this thing that they're trying to do to your mind in another context. Don't do it in this context because that's not fair or whatever. No, fuck that. Like, when you name your things the same thing, you deserve all the ramifications of that. That's not my problem, okay? It's not my problem. So when you name one outlet BuzzFeed News and you name the other outlet BuzzFeed and BuzzFeed posts tons of crap, then that should degrade the reputation of BuzzFeed News. Because you were trying to use it in the other direction and you accidentally pumped the flow the wrong way. So like, yeah. I am so over the amount of gaslighting that I see every day on the internet. It's insane. It's insane. The brand of a service or product does not automatically make it better or worse. No, I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I am saying they are named, brands are a weapon against your mind. That's what they are. There is some legitimate utility having to do with, like, reputation is an actual thing in the world that matters, right? That's why we have the concept reputation, okay? But like the way branding is used is weaponized reputation. And what this kind of gaslighting that I'm referring to is about is like people say you shouldn't be fooled when something has a bad reputation by tarring the other thing with the bad reputation. And I'm like, but then you're just saying be only vulnerable to the weapon side of it and not like when somebody takes this gamble of trying to weaponize reputation, you need to force them to take the downside of that decision, right? Otherwise, they're just exploiting you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't give them only the upside of that weaponization. They have to take the penalties as well. Casey, I'm jealous of all your popcorn. I kind of want to order some for me, but I'm moving around every 3 days. I can't do it. So you guys have to also take into account, hold on, let me fix my air conditioning, but there's another phenomenon here that's very important that has to be taken into account along with this. There's literally no way to put the air conditioning on Don't Freeze Me. I have it cranked to 73. It won't go any higher. And it just still says cool. All right. Anyway, here's the other phenomenon, which is in capitalism, really in anything, but capitalism does this especially. There's an incentive to destroy brands. Like, that's just the way things work, right? So what happens is you start out, you're unknown. You try to get a good reputation by building a quality product, right? That's capitalism functioning well. And then you build a quality product, hopefully, and you succeed and your thing gets known as being a good thing, all right? Now, the problem is that the reputation of being a good thing is different from actually being a good thing, right? And if you downgrade the quality of your product by using cheaper ingredients or typing shittier software, hiring the summer intern to make your design decisions and all that, right? Um, the public perception of quality will lag the actual quality, possibly by quite a lot, right? And so the natural incentive that happens is that once you've built a high quality reputation, there is a tremendous amount of potential energy, right, pressuring you to cash in on that reputation by cheaping out and destroying the reputation because there's a huge amount of money like built up. It's like a capacitor that's like supercharged, right? And that's just what that's like market dynamics. I don't know that there's anything you can do about that. But like again, this is one of these things where brands are used to fool people, right? And so you can't you can't be like anyway, connect that to what I was saying before, right? It's the same thing as why universities suck. Once the public perception of a school is high, they can degrade without penalty for a long time. Absolutely. I mean, possibly for infinity time or as long as a civilization exists, right? Like when was frickin' Oxford University founded, right? It doesn't seem like a very good school these days. Uh, but I mean, they have some good people there. They have like Roger Penrose and David Deutsch. All the old people at Oxford are still good. But dude, do they have overnight shipping? I don't know if they have overnight shipping on the popcorn. I will say you got yours pretty fast. Um, let's find out if they promise shipping. Gifts by Christmas. Wow. Hey, wait, I'll be here at Christmas. Look at all the thing is, I'm just getting unfat though. But these look really good. So I got Casey for Christmas, a variety pack, but they had so many other things to pick from that I couldn't even. I have all these flavors. You're so fat right now, it is not good. Well, I mean, you used to tell me to go to the climbing gym all the time, and I never did. I don't know if you have a climbing gym out where you are. Maybe climb trees. I'm kind of curious about the peppermint bark flavor. Anyway, I'm gonna have discipline and not order these right now, even though I'm sure they would be delicious. No climbing gym. Well, how's Harry and David's for brand reputation? Well, I never heard of them until I decided to send Casey popcorn. Rejuvenate Bio has reversed obesity in rats. Well, that sounds good. I think I saw that go by on Twitter and I didn't read it. Someone was saying like, "Oh, this rat study looks too good to be true," but it seems true. Okay, let's Let's pass in the fucking X margin here. Wait, why is there a different thing? I don't understand this at all. So we're just going to start deleting code. Let's get like what even is going on here? Okay, now why is it wrapping so close? Okay, let's just let's tune one parameter at a time. I'm gonna find a good X coordinate. Okay, so yeah, our max width computation is just wrong, but this is a good position to draw it. Let's put it up a little higher. We're gonna need better fonts too, but okay. So why is our width computation so off? Width max. Oh, because all right. Okay, so we need a right margin. Let's pass that in. Okay. This looks super ugly compared to the old game, but we'll go tune all this stuff later. What am I... I don't remember there being a paragraph indent. Let's run the old game again. Let's restart. There is no restart. What? So this is a much smaller font, relatively. Okay. Let's try to approximate this text density. This was like a whole different font system in the old thing. This was like a pre-atlas into a bitmap font, which is not the way we do things anymore. Okay, so we kind of have, I mean, dude, it's year 2021 and I still run things and it breaks the scaling on Windows. Yeah, like this is just a much bigger font, relatively speaking. Like, look how big that is. I'm also not rescaling my frickin' things here. That's sad. I thought I was doing that. This is rescaling. Okay. So Luigi. Anyway, let's go back here. Oh, I can't Alt Tab back once I've gone out because Windows can't handle it. All right. Uh, it's just a much smaller font. I mean, it's called big font, but like, holy cow, dudes. I don't know. Okay, so let's just try to replicate. Should I take a screenshot? Oh, I can't. See, I can't get Luigi. Okay, let's at least. I tried to Win Shift S, and it's like it's exclusive full screen. Okay, we got it finally. All right, so I'm just gonna paste the. See why I'm porting it? God damn it. All right. So Photoshop, new from clipboard. That didn't, okay. So this is sort of what we're aiming for, to approximate the old game. Replace all these headshots with public domain headshots. It's true. I mean, the resolution on these is horrible too, by the way. Okay. So anyway, if we go back here, clearly, so I decided to make Luigi like way big. He's way too big. The button aspect ratio is a shadow of its former self. This font just really, I mean, fixed width fonts just suck. So we're going to have to get off that train. But all right, we'll cut. So I originally thought that I was just drawing Luigi way too small by accident. So I cut him down. Right, I scaled him up, but the original was probably just correct, and I hosed it. Look at how appealing these buttons are. Look how good a job that I did. Look how unappealing this is. All right. All right, we're just about done for tonight, but so also my camera just kind of gradually creeps up. We also never did the multiple new lines thing. Yet. Okay. What do we call draw a portrait? Luigi width, Luigi height. Okay. $84.20. I don't know if I was right-handed or left-handed back in those days. That seems pretty okay. And then, so we're just going to go back to all the old numbers. Except the old stuff was honestly kind of confusing, right? And with too many constants all over the place. Okay, right margin, we want much more, actually. We actually want it to be a little narrower than the left margin because words will tend to, like whatever number you set for a right margin in a situation like this, like words will tend to end before that, right? Because they wrap. And so you end up with an organically wider margin than you're asking for. Okay, this is a little bit more reasonable. The font is just complete butt. We could make it bigger. Why do I feel like maybe I'm just using more space for the thing now? I don't know. We're going to turn it back to this size. What fonts do we use in Sokoban? That aren't terrible. I can use Carmina like I do in every single game. Open Sans. I was using Open Sans Bold in the simp example. Let's try Open Sans Regular. Oops. SVM. I don't know what was going on there. It didn't. All right. Now, fonts being what they are, this is going to be a completely random size now that has no relation to the previous font size, even though it's the same font size. Okay, that also looks like butt. Why are fonts so bad? Whatever font that was I used in the old game was really not bad. I mean, it wasn't good. Try RMO on Google Fonts. Sounds like a kid's movie. That's actually not bad looking. All right. Let's see what happens. Dude, it used to be so hard to find. Fonts back in the day, even if you wanted to like pay for them. Like it was so hard because like fonts were licensed to operating systems vendors and stuff. Like you didn't, yeah. That also doesn't really look that good. I mean, it looks better. It's the colors partly now and stuff. Um, anyway, I'm not going to worry about it super much right now. Let's give it a little bit more. It's just really hard to read. It's actually, yeah, the color is part of it. But also, we're not like getting the new lines and stuff. I'm actually not sure why. I thought, oh, guys, bro, because we restructured the loop and we did this lines thing. Wait. No, that should work. See, I have double new lines here. Do I have like a continue up here or something? Ah. Right. Okay. So this is a case where we just never enter this loop. And so we never, yeah, there we go. Okay, slightly better. The indentation just looks bad. We're ending up with extra spaces somehow as well on the left. I think that's all the indentation there. Why are we ending up with extra spaces? I'm calling trim, bro. do not understand. All right, let's debug a Rooney. No, not that project. Okay. So we have 5 lines total. Let's start at the top. Okay. So first line is 89 characters. Second line what? Split has a bug. Oh shit, guys. No, that's not what's going on at all. Is it? Wait, what? No? Yeah, like we have a new line at the start, but then that should get trimmed off anyway. Oh wait, it's a, I see. Never mind, no. We have count 0. So the data pointer, see, the problem is the debugger doesn't understand our string format, right? So the data pointer points to this, but the count is 0. So that's actually correct. Okay, start is equal to end. So we do line stride and we continue. Now, it starts at H. Okay, so the problem is more like when we wrap, right? Oh, it's okay. We're just ending on a space. That's what's happening. So like we're breaking when it's a space, but the theory was supposed to be that it's one pass. I guess we want index +1 down here. All right, well, good thing I wanted word wrapping code for something else as well. Okay, there we go. That's better. It's still not good. All right, I think it's bedtime though. Anyway, this is starting to be a little bit reasonable. It's like we've got an actual program now. We did Luigi, so we could do Mario later, and it's straightforward. Text prints out one character at a time, but doesn't wrap until the letters print. Oh, that's also a Game Maker Studio thing, Casey. Didn't you see all the JRPGs in Game Maker? Okay, before I go to bed, so this just draws that border around the screen. I don't want to do that right now. Multiple new lines. Okay. We're going to do this up here. And we're going to say we're going to say okay, so if start is equal to end, damn it. Okay, here we're gonna do some things. So I want to trim it in a prepass, and then we'll come down here. Six. Okay. And the reason I'm doing this is just just so I don't have to think hard about it in the next part. Okay. So here, I don't feel like that's actually any different. Oh. Dang it. This actually doesn't do remotely the same thing. All right, whatever. Too tired to think about that right now. It's just going to be bedtime. Okay. Fine for now. Okay. So next time we do, there's all sorts of things to do. But we're not going to do them for a while because this is just a wacky side project. But it's been fun so far. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out. It is bedtime for me. East Coast style. See you later on, everybody.